How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Batman Life After Death by Tony S. Daniel. Let's get into it. Batman Life After Death comprises issues of Batman 692 all the way through 697. Black Mask finds himself surrounded in the area of Gotham City known as Devil's Square, surrounded by the National Guard. Batman Dick Grayson runs up against a returning Mario Falcone who is moving back in on Gotham, trying to pick up his father's old turf. Hush, still operating as Bruce Wayne, is investing in the new Arkham Asylum with Dr. Jeremiah Arkham. We find out that this new Black Mask is being controlled by the Black Mask itself. He's fighting it. He doesn't want to do the things he does as Black Mask while he's wearing the mask, but the mask has other ideas for him. Gotham City is at stake in a turf war between the returning Falcones and Black Mask. Who's going to come out on top on this one? While all this is going on, there's a young new thief in town. Looks like a mini Catwoman. Her name, Katrina Falcone. How does she play a role in this, and what role does she play? You're going to have to read to find out. Also, there's the question of who is this new Black Mask? Who is under the mask? Caught in an explosion, the Riddler returns to crime and villainy. He's back to his old self. Is anybody safe? And of course, at the end of all this, Batman Dick Grayson finds out who the new Black Mask is, and I wonder if you're going to be able to deduce who it was before Batman reveals it all. So as far as what I thought about Batman Life After Death by Tony S. Daniel, I didn't really care for it that much, to be honest. I felt like as the issues went on, things were just happening, building on top of each other, but you couldn't really pinpoint where it's all leading. And I just felt like some of the writing was weak. There was some bad dialogue along the way. That typically happens, in my opinion, of course, when you have the artist take on the duties as writer as well. It's like they have great ideas, and the art is great, but man, it just can't find the words to really weave it all together, and it's disjointed, like Batman Life After Death feels, to me at least. Like I said, the Falcones moving back in on Gotham after the rumors of Batman having died. Great idea. New Black Mask being controlled by the Black Mask. Great idea. Penguin, Mad Hatter, taking control of Batman using one of Black Mask's gas masks, false face gas masks, to take control of Batman. So Batman is the one who actually wages the war against Black Mask on behalf of Penguin and Mad Hatter. Great idea. A new young thief in town who becomes a protege of Catwoman. Great idea. It's just the execution, I just felt it was sloppy. They didn't really make me care. There was no hook. It was just layer after layer of escalation that, ultimately the payoff was weak because you find out who the new Black Mask is and you're like, whatever. And, this is all set up, in Battle for the Cowl when Arkham Asylum was destroyed and the new Black Mask was on, first reintroduced himself onto the scene. And so this is sort of paying off that. It was just weak in my opinion. But what can you do? And we spent a lot of time with this group. I forget what they're called, but one person is Doctor Strange, another person is Dr. Death, and you got this woman named Fright, and they spend a whole bunch of time reviving this villain named the Reaper, who was the main culprit going out there killing the Falcone mobsters. And of course, Batman goes up against him. But like I said, it's just random stuff. Throw it all at the wall, see what sticks. And I didn't really think nothing stuck much. Other than, like I said, the Katrina Falcone, who it's hinted at, that's not even her real name. So who even knows at this point? And because we're so close to the New 52, I wonder if she's even going to show up again, or is this all just moot? Because when I was buying these issues back in the day, back in 2011, 2010, we all knew the reboot was going to happen. So it was tough to buy these issues knowing that ultimately it wasn't going to matter, even though you can make the argument that Batman never really gets rebooted. He kept his continuity in Crisis on Infinite Earths. He kept most of it, in the New 52, although it was compressed to a 5-year period. But, I remember these issues, these Dog Day issues leading up to the New 52 were just tough to read, tough to justify buying if you weren't a collector, if I'm being honest. Uh, so, yeah. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give this portion, this story, Batman Life After Death, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't god awful, but it just didn't hook me. It wasn't good. It was just going through the motions. And that tends to happen when you got an artist and writer doing the same duty. They got a great idea. It's just sometimes the execution is lacking. In my opinion, of course. But that's not all, because we got another 2-part story here by Tony S. Daniel with art by Guillaume March called Riddle Me This. The Riddler, he's back. Let's get into it. As I mentioned in the Life After Death portion of this review, the Riddler, he was caught in an explosion. And as he recovered from the explosion, he got back his old personality. Because I didn't really touch on it in my Batman reviews, but, in this era of Batman, Riddler had gone to the good side. He's been working as a private eye, occasionally helping Batman solve crimes and stuff. So here he's back on the villain, and he set up quite the case. Story starts off with Riddler. He's helping Batman and Gordon on a case where they're going around. There's all these copycat murders. This guy was killed frozen in ice. It must be Mr. Freeze. This guy was killed. Half his body is burned. It's got to be the Two-Face, right? Anyway, it was all Riddler. He gets away with $10 million. Whatever, right? Kind of just a throwaway 2 issues. Like I said, it's Batman 698 to 699. At this point, everybody was anticipating Batman 700, the return of Grant Morrison to the Batman title. So these were kind of just throwaway issues. Riddler's back. He's the bad guy. Whatever. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 5. So overall, Batman Life After Death, the collection or whatever, the trade, I'm going to give it overall 3 out of 5, Didn't love it. Didn't hate it. Wouldn't read it again. And wouldn't recommend that you read it either. So until next time, I'll see you there.